DePaul's Cordy Lou Commons played host to the so-called debate for the state. Both the college Democrats and the college Republicans brought in additional participants from around the state. The debate was moderated by Natasha Korecki, a political reporter for Politico. The night got off to a typical start, with conflicting discourse.
I think that's something that's so important for us as Americans, that we have the ability to choose our own health care.
And passionate responses.
Because they wanted to come here, Jack. That was why they came here in the first place, was so they could get into the United States. That's how this got.
However, the Democrats quickly challenged Donald Trump's platform, prompting DePaul sophomore John Minster to reject their strategy.
I'm not going to sit here and defend what the Republican nominee says.
I came here to debate policy. If you want to have a political debate and talk about the merits of each candidate, we can do that. But as Republicans, we're allowed to disagree with something our nominee might say. We're allowed to think that maybe we disagree with them on trade policy or immigration or whatever. And so I think we don't have to defend these people over and over again if they do something wrong. If they do something wrong or something that we disagree with, we should say it.
Tensions flared when the debaters talked about race and crime.
The vast majority of gun owners are white men, and they have never been persecuted by any government.
By the way, I think she deserves a medal for the most amount of buzzwords I've heard in like 2 minutes, because that's been great.
And the debate finished with questions from the audience.
The questions from the crowd led to the first issue that both sides could agree on tonight: the need for a bigger presence of a third party. However, as you can see, there are only 2 podiums here. Absent from tonight's debate were the DePaul Socialists, who we saw make a big impact in the last debate, dubbed the Battle on Belden.
DePaul Socialists reached out to both the Republicans and the Democrats to try and get ourselves back in the debate like we were last year, and they disinvited us with the idea that they would be more like the national debate.
At the Battle on Belden, the Socialists brought with them a loud crowd and strong rhetoric. Their presence shifted the room dramatically to the left.
I remember at the Battle in Belden when I believe Brendan mentioned that on the whole, through FBI statistics, that African Americans generally commit more crime, they started booing and getting upset, and I thought this one was very well handled by the moderator. I thought overall the audience was relatively respectful, which is I think all we can ask.
Jack McNeil, president of the College Democrats of Illinois, was one of the people behind the decision to only have the Democrats and Republicans at this debate.
Initial thing is, we don't know if the Socialists have the statewide organization and infrastructure to have people from different schools across the state. And also, they also didn't have a official candidate, at least one that wasn't polling high enough to even reach the official debate. So,
be it the absence of a third party or some other factors, this debate was more civil than last year's, a marked contrast to the presidential debates between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Ben Savage.